right, welcome to the Let It Fly show inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar, of course, in the Capital District here in Omaha. I am Michael Severe, joined by former Creighton Blue Jay and Central Eagle Josh Jones. What's up?
That burger, bro.
I know. It smells so good. That's the problem with that. We are brought to you by Bud Light, our presenting sponsor. Whether you're hanging out here at the Let It Fly Sports Bar, you're at your crib, you're in the basement, wherever you are, Bud Light brings you easy drinking and easy buckets throughout Nebraska, easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Every week, we highlight something off the Let It Fly menu. It is Leap Day. We're taping this on a Thursday. Leap Day, the 29th.
Yeah.
Those kids who are born on the 29th only have a birthday every 4 years, which is very weird.
I don't know why I always go to that.
It's very weird.
Yeah.
This is the barbecue burger. It is barbecue pork that is made fresh here, smoked here, crispy onions, sweet and spicy barbecue sauce, along with fries. It is a heck of a burger.
Look good, man.
Yeah, let's cut it in half.
All right, man.
I'm not gonna.
you got it.
I'm not gonna eat it because I don't eat meat for Lent. But I'm gonna cut this thing in half.
I'm gonna box this after.
One of the great things about the burgers here too at Let It Fly is a lot of places won't make a medium rare. A lot of places won't. A lot of them have only do it well because they're concerned about. Some people concerned about ground beef. It's not good ground beef, making you sick. Sure. It's an old wives' tale from a long time ago. Yeah. But you can make a medium rare, and they will do it here for you, which makes it special for a sports bar. And the pork is just so good. It's so good.
Right.
A lot of good things happening here this weekend, this week. This is Thursday night we're taping this. So Nebraska's playing.
The state tournament?
And the state tournament's going on. Yep. Nebraska's playing. The girls are playing now in terms of the state tournament. Nebraska's playing. The Supernovas are going to play tonight as well.
That's going to be tight.
So that's all happening. And then this weekend, courtesy of our friend Meg, the social media maven, she put up who was on this weekend. Yep. Spelled almost everything right. Creighton men's basketball versus Marquette on Saturday.
That's going to be fun, bro.
It's going to be really fun. Yeah. It is. And senior day,
I know.
You know, the emotions and all that stuff.
Marquette is like that.
Marquette is definitely like that.
They like that.
And, you know, they took that beating from UConn.
Yeah.
And sometimes you need
UConn
one of those.
Is like that.
Sometimes, and then UConn took the beating from Creighton. But sometimes you need that.
Yeah, but
sometimes you need a little beating.
This is my true opinion.
Yeah.
I think both situations, because the Big East is just so elite of a conference. Mm-hmm. I think home court advantage has helped every team.
Yeah.
When it comes to that conversation of UConn and Creighton. So I'm waiting for that neutral site game. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
And it'll probably happen in the Big East tournament.
Yeah.
I do not believe the Big East top to bottom is the best conference.
No.
I think the Big 12 top to bottom.
Big 12.
Because of the depth they have in there and checking them out every night. Yeah, they beat up on each other, but man, they have some really good games. And so I think that's the best top to bottom.
I agree. No, I agree. I think I think I'm just so into that top half.
Yeah.
And it's so competitive and everybody lose on any given night that I'm interested in that. But I do love the Big Ten better than any other conference just
because of physicality?
No, because of what teams is coming.
Oh, okay.
Man, I can't wait. USC, UCLA.
Yeah, that's going to be incredible. Well, you bring a team like Oregon in who has such a great home court advantage.
Right.
They're not as good on the road, so it'll be interesting to see how they play, of course, against Nebraska when they come here. Yeah. Speaking of Nebraska, Sunday, 11 a.m., an early morning game, they play against Rutgers. Yeah. And then the Creighton women play Seton Hall at 2 p.m. You can watch all that right here at the Let It Fly Sports Bar. If you got a group of people, call ahead, reserve a table, so you'll be set up and everything will be good. Coming up on the show today, Francisco Farabello, the sixth man for Creighton, will be joining us on the show. But time for headlines.
Yes,
and, of course, the first headline is Creighton bouncing back from a really tough loss to take care of business. They lost to St. John's, which was one of those games where you kind of saw it coming a little bit.
Right.
And then just put it on Seton Hall.
Yeah.
But from the beginning.
Yeah.
Like 10 minutes in, you were like, oh, okay, I know who's winning this game.
Being there in person, it turned into a social event.
Did it really? Because it was over. Yeah, because it was over.
People was talking about what they did.
I was playing Wordle on my phone.
Like, man, bro, even people text me like, I don't hear you on the court tonight. I was like, I only got 2 parts.
What am I going to do?
Yeah, we cut off some of my parts, man, because other things had to be done, but it was unnecessary.
Right. Yeah, they already fired up.
I thought it was cool that, like, I think Creighton's fans have done a great job this season holding down home court advantage.
Yep.
But I also think the team is that good. You got Jason Green stepping up, you know.
That was nice.
You know, that's huge or whatever. And then also, if you think about it, you really still got Fred King and Isaac Trout on the bench.
And Isaac hit 2 big threes last night, Wednesday night. And that was nice. It kind of like.
But this is how I feel about that.
He hit 3 total, but 2 in a row.
Hit them threes against UConn.
Yeah, sure. He didn't play. I don't think he barely played against UConn.
I know.
Yeah.
And I
maybe he's going to earn some more time.
Yeah, I can't really get into that.
Yeah.
I haven't. Usually I talk to somebody from the team or something. What's going on, But I haven't really been focused on that more than I've been focused on just the storylines.
Yeah.
But, like, I'm looking for Trout to, like he needs to start hitting them when it's winning time.
Yeah.
Because we know he can shoot. Like, I mean, I'm not saying he's Ethan Raggi or there's no comparison. I'm just saying he can rebound.
Yep.
And he can shoot threes.
Sure.
And if you're not shooting threes, then we got to put somebody else.
Somebody's got to be in. So I've lost to St. John's, as I mentioned. In that game, bigger issue in terms of the loss was it the turnovers? Because Creighton.
What game are we talking about?
The loss to St. John's.
Word.
13 turnovers to 3, which was 18 to 7 in terms of points off turnovers, or was it the way that the Johnnies shot it? From 2, they were 32 of 64.
I know.
That's easy math, 50% from 2. It reminded me I was in the 80s again.
I think it was that.
Yeah.
I mean, every time they came down court, like Creighton would do a great job trying to defend something, but they would just hit twos. And you know,
tough shots.
Yeah, them tough twos.
Yep.
So when you shooting like that, man, I'm not gonna say you don't got a chance, but it's hard to beat a team when they playing off that type of momentum. And a lot of all those tough twos, they weren't in. Like, I'm not gonna say it was out of sync of their offense, but they were like playing like hero ball a little bit, making plays.
Yep.
And then that basket get bigger when you start, doing your individual. Your skills package making plays. So I put it on the tough twos.
Yeah, they made a lot of those. They only attempted 8 3-pointers.
Right.
It was like we're back in the 90s or something with games. And then, as I mentioned, the Jays took care of Seton Hall. It was early on. With 5 minutes left to go in the first half, they were up 15. Man. 16 at halftime, and the largest lead was 27 points. I
can't put my finger on them, though, because they look like a team that you don't know if they playing like they got nothing to lose, or if they're playing like they really belong where they're at.
Yeah.
Like,
I just don't think they're overly talented.
Yeah.
I'm not saying they're not good team, but they're not overly. Like, who's getting something sometimes? You don't know who's going to get it for you.
Number one.
Yeah, the two guard. You don't know who's going to get it for them. Yeah. And they got in foul trouble, too.
When I watch them, I'm like, I don't know if he believe he can really do this, or he just hooping off of baskets he make.
Yep.
It's unorthodox. But that's scary because when it comes to that Big East tournament, that same team is going to make the same noise. I still think that I said St. John's from the beginning.
No, I think if St. John makes the tournament, they're going to be tough.
Yes.
But they've got so many losses against the Tier 1 and Tier 2 schools that unless something happens in the tournament big, they're not going to make the tournament. Something happens in the Big East tournament. Yeah. Listen to Creighton's last 4 games.
Yep. Defensive
3-point. Seton Hall, 2 of 9 from 3.
Dang.
UConn, 3 of 16 from 3. Butler, 6 of 22. And then I mentioned Seton Hall was 2 of 9. So combined, they have now gotten up to 32% is what they're allowing 3-point shooting.
Dang.
Second best in the Big East behind UConn. When the Jays do a good job in their 3-point defense, they're winning games.
And it's crazy because they play without fouling too.
Yeah, it's nuts.
Man.
It's so weird. How many times you look up and you're like, uh-oh, Creighton's trailing, so they got to start fouling on purpose to get in the bonus.
Right.
It's nuts to watch.
Have you ever seen a team try to play from behind and they press? Have you ever thought, why won't y'all do that?
I know. Every time you see it happen, but you can press for 3-4 minutes straight, and you're bringing in people off the bench who aren't your best players.
Right.
So I know you got to worry about that. But I grew up with Arkansas in the 94 feet, and they pressed the whole game. And it was fun to watch. Number 2 headline, Nebraska have played their way in. 4 wins in a row.
You got to respect it. I don't care about the first – how many games did they play that really was easy to get to that momentum of a record in the beginning? It was
they played
like 6 or 7.
I think it was somewhere around here. Their non-conference strength of schedule is like 340 something.
Yeah, that don't matter at this point, though.
Look, they got to the point where they are now.
Yeah.
They got the road win versus Indiana. Hopefully tonight they get the road win against Ohio State to help them a little bit more.
Yeah, for sure.
But here's what they've done the last 4 games.
Yeah.
It's one thing to beat teams you're supposed to beat, but you beat them well.
Yeah.
They beat Michigan by 20, Penn State by 19, Indiana by 15. They beat Minnesota by 18.
I was impressed
That's dominant
with
basketball.
the Indiana one because they completely controlled the game.
Until
they almost let them come back.
Yeah, almost let them come back to that.
But
they got within 3.
It just showed that Nebraska, I'm like, it's good. They're solid.
I mean, the way they're playing now is not you can't compare to the way they were playing early on.
I'm excited for the Huskers to make the tournament because I believe that this would be a history-making year because, like you said earlier, like the stat of not making the tournament 8 times in existence.
And they never won.
Yeah, exactly. But
they're the only Division I school, Power 5 school, Power 6 school to never won a game.
But if there's any time or any team to do it right now.
Yep, they definitely.
This team.
Here's the weird thing about them. Now, they haven't had a stinker in a while. Hopefully it won't happen tonight as we're taping this against Ohio State.
It's tied.
It's tied 35-all. We're in the first half still.
Yep.
But they're 20-8. 3 games left. If this team finishes 23-8 before going to obviously the Big Ten tournament, I mean, that's one of the best in the history. Well, in the last 25 years of this program, you know, they had some really good years in the early 90s with Danny Nee all the way up to like 1998, but nothing like this. Nothing like this. No feeling like this. Yeah.
What is it about them that's making them good? Like, they're not the biggest, especially from the front court.
They aren't. They aren't. Yeah.
The back court, they always got good individual talented players, but like, what is it?
I think their team game. They spread out. You know, Creighton essentially, and now that Stephen Ashworth's playing, it's 4, but for a long time it was 3 main guys.
Right.
You can't predict what's going to happen. Like, Rink Mass could lead them in scoring, he might have 2.
You're right.
Tominaga could lead them in scoring, he might not get anything one day.
Right.
Jamarcus Lawrence come off the bench, all of a sudden he's got 25. You never know who's the guy that's going to be the guy.
Walker?
No, he's gone.
He gone?
Yeah. So you look at them right now, the way they're playing.
No. What's the
kid was hurt earlier?
No, light-skinned kid, he's a guard.
Jamarcus Lawrence. Yeah.
I said Walker. My bad.
So he's a guy that won't do anything for a couple of games, and all of a sudden he comes off the bench and he gets 15.
And they look like they don't care who scores.
They don't. I think that they're that kind of. And you got Gary, who's a physical guy down low, getting your rebounds. Everything they do is team ball. Now the problem is, one thing good.
Yeah.
You get into the tournament.
Yep.
Those guys really don't know what to expect from Tominaga.
No.
All of a sudden, you're going to be like, well, watching him on film, you're like, is that guy really good? And all of a sudden, he's lighting you up from 25, 27 feet away.
Right.
So that's kind of an advantage.
Yeah.
The problem I think they'll have is if they get down, I don't know this team is going to come back.
In the tournament.
They need to get a lead in the tournament.
The tournament is
and
different,
hold on.
bro.
It is big time different.
Man, I mean, blessed to have the experience there, but it's not your regular basketball.
No, it's not.
It's
not
not
at
your
all.
conference tournament.
Right, it's not. And so we look forward to that. Hopefully they win tonight. The last headline is Caitlin Clark breaking all the records. She passed Kelsey Plum, which was the NCAA record.
Yep.
And now last night, when we taped this Wednesday night, she passed
Woodard.
Lynette Woodard, who had the old AIWAA something record, right? Before they let women actually play in the NCAA. Mm-hmm. And now she is on the verge to catch Pistol Pete Maravich.
You missed one.
What?
Pearl Moore.
Well, she's nowhere. I'm going to get to that because she's nowhere near that. She's not going to get Pearl. The only way she get Pearl is she come back next year.
Wow.
Pearl is at 4,000. She's not getting Pearl.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's not close enough. So Pearl Moore had 3,884. She is 200 behind her.
I thought she had 4,000.
She does, but the ones they count for small school, the ones they count for 3,884. That's the official number.
So how many would she be off from that 200?
Right now she is at. If she gets Pistol Pete's number, which is 3,667, she'll still be 200 some behind Pearl Moore.
Now this is my thing.
Who played at Francis Marion, by the way, NAIA
college,
school.
It's 2024. College basketball got to do something for Lynette Woodard. And
I agree completely. Yeah.
I mean, we can and I'm not even like.
Yeah.
I mean, you can give it to Caitlin Clark and then Pistol Pete.
Yep.
What's crazy about Pistol Pete is 3 years, no
3-point line.
So he can have 8,000 points.
He averaged in the 40s all 3 years, dude.
Man.
He had an amazing career. And then Clark also now 17th triple-double of her career, right? She's second overall for that.
She's hooping.
And she now broke the NCAA women's single-season three-point record for a woman at 156. And Iowa's Big Ten single-game record.
Yeah.
She has so many records, and she's setting them at a point where I don't think anybody ever going to catch it.
You can't knock it. Like
you can't. And she does everything. She's a good passer.
Yeah, she is. Yeah, it's one of those.
And
things,
she's annoying
to me.
To the team she's playing against.
I feel you.
I mean, she makes you. She will piss you off.
Yeah, no doubt.
Yeah.
I was about to say that I think it's one of those things where like you kind of gotta have. I've had conversations about like Pistol Pete's record and what it would have looked like.
Yeah.
Maybe this is the closest we can get to resembling what it looked like when he actually played.
And they did. If you go look, you can go look it up. Somebody went back and charted all his games and based it off of the 19-9 3-point line. This was a few years back. And added how many more points he would have gotten. And he got over 4,000. if you'd have put him, because he shot from way back a lot. Now, he had a lot of layups, but he shot a lot of what would be threes, and somebody went back and charted that. And he was, and I watched all his tapes as a kid because Press was his dad, and Press went to my high school. And I watched him. He did things with a basketball that still today, the only people that do it, and one guys. That's it. Nobody in the league did what he was a globetrotter before there were, guys were going to play for Globetrotters.
Looking back on it, when I was little, we used to be in the gym. I didn't even know what I was doing.
Yeah.
But somebody would bounce the ball, put their hand around it, and pass it, and say Pistol Pete.
Yeah.
I never knew where that came from.
His dad would drive at about 25, 30 miles an hour through their town, and he would dribble out the window.
Dang.
And never lost the ball. He's dribbling out the window as the car is driving. He was a freak, dude. He was a freak. He invented something called the pro layup, where he'd put it off the top of the backboard so you couldn't block it.
So you mean Kyrie Irving type?
Exactly. Yep. He finished at the rim like Kyrie Irving. He shot threes like Steph. He passed like Curly Neal from the Globetrotters.
Curly.
I mean, he was everything. Dang. Now, by the time people really got to see him in the NBA, he already had a bad knee injury. When he got to Boston, he was already banged up. He was old. So never really a chance to. Because he was playing for the Jazz, and nobody saw him playing for the Jazz.
So is he, could you consider him one of the greatest college basketball players ever?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I think every comparison you can make, even when he played then, I think he is. I think it'd be hard not to say that he's one of the greatest of all time.
Man.
When we come back, we'll talk to one of the best 6 men in the Big East. Francisco Farabello joins us next here on Let It Fly Show.
On a Sunday. Gotta go. I forgot the sausage. You guys ready? There you go.
All right, welcome back to Let It Fly Show. We are joined by Creighton guard Francisco Farabello joining us here on Let It Fly Show. How you been?
Good. Thanks for having me.
We appreciate you taking the time. At one point, he was a host of the Let It Fly Show early on.
Word. Oh, yeah.
Fill-in host.
Like summertime type stuff.
Yeah.
Did you
enjoy it?
Yeah, it was fun. It was fun.
That was before y'all actually start hooping, made that run. Life is different now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah. No, but it was fun. I mean, having Baylor here, and it was a lot easier than what it looks. So yeah.
No doubt.
Did it make you think about changing your major? Maybe do some broadcasting or something?
What is your major?
Communication.
Oh.
Which I'm close, but nah, I'm not changing.
Nah.
For sure. Yeah. No, I'm the same route, bro. Yeah. It must be the number, because you got my number, man.
5?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Hopefully you hold it down, but no, you already have.
He's done pretty well with
Y'all
it.
made it to the Elite Eight, all that type of stuff, man.
How often do you get homesick, or do you get homesick?
I don't. I used to. I mean, I moved out of home when I was 16.
Yeah.
Moved to Australia. It's far, it's complete on the other side of the globe.
Yeah.
I guess I was homesick for the first 6 months, and then I just that was my new reality, and I accepted it, and I'm not homesick anymore.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, my sister is gonna be on Saturday for the game.
That's awesome.
So it's gonna be the second time in 5 years that I see her. But as I said, I don't really. It sounds mean, but I don't really miss
I don't miss my family at all.
I mean, talk, group chats, FaceTime.
Yeah, with technology,
now,
FaceTiming every day, it makes you feels you you feel a lot closer than what you actually are.
I had to call collect back in the day.
Really?
Oh yeah, you go to one of those pay phones. Yeah. You put a quarter in, and you would say, they'd say, who are you? You'd be like, call me back. So, and then they would call you back on.
So what about 411? When did that end?
Oh, man, 411 didn't come along until the early 90s.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but there was obviously no cell phones, and long distance cost a ton back in the day.
Yeah.
Wasn't free like it is now.
For sure.
And it was expensive to call home, so I would just call collect.
I found a cell phone in the street.
What?
I dialed 411. I had a phone for 2 weeks. Yeah, I was just calling people. I don't know whose phone it was. Big, it probably about this big.
About that big?
Yeah,
it was a brick phone.
Yeah, that's how I know about 411 for sure.
What's the biggest difference? He asked you about Omaha. Biggest difference from places you grew up to what Omaha is now?
I mean, it's I grew up in places where soccer was really big. I mean, grew up in Argentina and Italy, where soccer is the number one sport, and here in Omaha, of course, Creighton it's pretty big, and we're lucky enough to play basketball. So I think that's the biggest difference, how big basketball is over here. And I mean, I've enjoyed it since day one, and it's I always tell people it's ridiculous the amount of fans and support that we get.
Yep.
night in and night out. So yeah.
You probably never played nowhere big as Omaha. Just kind of like, you getting towards the end of your, college career and stuff like that. Like, it's not a question of like, what does it mean to you? It's more so like, from last year to this year, like, what has like dawned on you? Like, dang, man, like
it's almost over.
Yeah. Like, I had a similar question the other day, and like, I was thinking about like how like last year it was fun, but I wasn't really enjoying it personally just because like I didn't take dimensions of like they were my last 2 years.
Yeah.
This year I started like since the beginning, since the preseason, I was like I gotta take it all in because I have 30-something games left, and then it's gonna be a completely different scenario for me in my life, but. As I was saying, like I just tried to take it all in because I'm probably never gonna be a part of something like
sure.
Creighton basketball. Yeah, like it's just ridiculous. As I said, like the fan base and like playing at the CHI in front of 18,000 people, and like they're every night, no matter what the weather conditions are, because like they show up every day, every game. So. Yeah, just trying to enjoy these last games.
Sure.
Francisco Farabello joining us here on the Let It Fly show. How different is what you expected this season to be? How similar is it? Go back to where you were before the season started. Has it gone like you thought it would?
Yeah, I mean, of course, like you expect to win every game, and it doesn't go that way. But we knew we were gonna hit adversity during the season. And now we're in the part of the season of like it's been a long one, and like you just gotta keep pushing. But it's also exciting because like we're towards the end, and that's when the fun stuff starts.
Right.
But yeah, I mean it's going pretty much as we expected it.
Yeah. What about y'all just dominated Seton Hall? What was it like? Was the first time a fluke, or is it just home court advantage for both teams?
I mean.
That was one of the greatest shooting performances that first game for Seton Hall any team ever had in the world. They were incredible.
Yeah,
they shot like 61%.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
I mean, the way we face the game is that they're basically playing for their lives right now. Like we're being in the bubble and stuff. So like we knew like that they needed to win, and they were extra motivated because we beat them over there. And like usually when you lose at home, you feel like every game you lose at home, you're supposed to win it. Especially in this league. So we knew they were going to come prepared and hungry to beat us. But we had a great preparations, like the 2-3 days before. I think we did a good job with the scouting and basically being prepared of like facing what's coming.
You're shooting 50% from the floor roughly, 40% from three, but you've only taken 59 shots.
The numbers is up though. You're efficient.
Let's shoot some more.
Yeah. I mean,
the way you're shooting.
Yeah, I don't. I just like I try to bring to the team whatever we're missing at that moment. That's one good thing about coming off the bench. From the outside, it's much easier to see what we're missing.
Oh yeah.
So when I go in, I don't have the mentality of like I need to score. We have Stephen Ashworth, Baylor Shireman, Trey Alexander, and Kalkbrenner.
Yep.
We have points. Right. I'm just gonna try to bring some other things that are gonna help them to be successful on the court, and they don't like. Maybe we need my 6 to 8 points, but like I know that we need my effort either offensively and defensively, moving the ball on offense. Sometimes it's just like sprinting the court. That's what we're missing. So I just do whatever we need to do in order to win.
Yeah, your role kind of changed this year, but not in the sense of something that you probably never done before. But it's like you're starting to handle the one a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
I like Steven at the two sometimes.
Yeah,
I mean, because he's a shooter, you know, but not just a shooter, but a playmaker. But like I feel what you're saying. It's kind of like you kind of do whatever the team needs. Not saying you can't shoot it, but like I mean, essentially you just make plays this year.
Yeah.
You know, do you feel more acclimated like into the Big East? Like last year, I know it was new, and like you had this row of they wanted you to like hit those open shots whenever they came. Do you feel like I know a year make a difference, but that don't mean everybody like is more confident in their next year?
Yeah, I mean, I like when I came to Creighton, like even Coach Mac said it like before the first season. He was like, we play a different basketball style than the rest. Like it's a lot of up and downs, and like there is a lot of like staggers and stuff, and like we let it fly here. I wasn't really used to that playing style, and I didn't think it was going to impact me the way it did. But like this second year, like I kind of knew what to expect and like what we were looking for. So as you said, like the first year helped a lot to build off this second year.
Yeah. Okay.
Jay, sixth man, Francisco Farabello joining us here on the Let It Fly show. You watched the three-point competition in All-Star Weekend? You ever watch it?
I did.
Okay. So we line up exactly the same way. We put out everybody on the Jays team, and we go three-point contest. Who wins?
Keep it real, though, bro.
I mean, it's between like right now between Baylor and Steven.
Really?
Yeah.
What about Trout?
Isaac.
From the corners, he probably.
From the
corners, yeah.
Yeah. But
Where's your best spot?
I mean, the corners probably.
I'm a corner guy.
It's the shortest one. Yeah.
It's the short, and like nobody. That's one thing that my dad taught me is like nobody guards the corner. Like nobody's gonna be like, oh my god, we gotta pay attention.
Right. You're damn right.
Yeah.
So I mean, it feels like it's nice. It's like right there in the corner pocket. Like if
I just shoot straight on.
Oh man,
I like to shoot straight on. You just get back far enough and shoot straight on.
No, that corner three. Actually, to
straight
me, I feel like the corner three is more comfortable than just straight on. I don't know why I feel that.
Yeah,
way.
no, me too.
Yeah.
Some people put the. It seemed to me in that competition, you know, they have that one goal ball that's worth 5. They're putting it on the wing a lot. It seemed like that's where people were putting it.
Yeah.
Well, the UConn game, I was there.
Yeah.
It was a great experience for the fans.
Yep.
2-part question. One, like, what was it like after winning that game and just having the camaraderie with the fans storm the court? And then 2, like, what other type of games have you been in with that type of vibe in the atmosphere?
I'm gonna answer the second question first.
Yeah.
I never have been part of something like that.
Dang.
Ever. Even when I was at TCU, that we played at Kansas, like the environment at Kansas is great because of course it's like pretty big place, but like I never seen something like this CHI. That night it was unbelievable. At one point after Steven hit that deep 3, that they call timeout, the lights go off, and it was so loud. I never been in the loudest place. And then regarding the first question, like it's like that's why me from overseas come to college to do, like, you know, to have experience like that
it's
one.
The stuff you see.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just it's hard to describe. It's just like happiness, joy, everything. It was pretty special. Like I know it was important for us, but like it was even more important for the people, especially for what it means to be the number 1 team in the country, and like, you know, Creighton fan really values every time we play UConn. So
it's like a real rivalry now.
It is completely. You guys have dominated it.
I think what's buddy name that was there a couple years ago? The big man from UConn.
Sanogo.
Him and Kalkbrenner started it.
Argument over who would be defensive player of the year. Yeah,
they started it.
No, but I mean it was good. 'Cause, I mean, they have a great team. You know, they've been rolling this season, so we had a really good game too.
Yeah, hooping.
A couple of weeks you'll be in Madison Square Garden playing in the Big East tournament. When you go in there as a fan, it's special, and the banners up there of the Knicks and all that. But as a player, what makes it so special playing in that building?
I mean, you just start thinking like that in that arena. It's like just superstars beyond basketball perform over there. That's like being able to do what I do in the same arena of like other celebrities get to do what they're doing there. I think that's pretty cool to think about.
I never
remember we were walking below and it all those posters of all the huge concerts that happened there.
I didn't think about that.
That was pretty cool.
It's like you playing basketball in the same place of the biggest musicians and that's a good
Run DMC did Fresh Fest back there. If you watch the Run DMC documentary, I don't know if you guys were watching it yet, but they talk about the whole scene of them being there and what it was like, and it was incredible. It was packed in there.
Yeah. So senior night, bro. You know, it's here now.
It is.
I feel like Baylor been in college 9 years.
Are you older than him or is he older than you?
No, he's older than me.
He's older. Okay, you're 23, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's older than you.
You're not older than me.
No. But anyway,
combine you guys, you know.
I mean, kind of talk about senior night. I mean, obviously you kind of touched on like the conversation a bit, thinking about like why you come to America to play basketball in college, but like the brotherhood. I mean, your roommates. How many seniors y'all got on your team? I mean, including people who don't play, like some of those guys.
I mean, I think it's gonna be 3 of us for the ceremony.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, every time I talk to like a player that went through college and like he's not playing pro, like they always said the same thing. Like you miss just hanging out with the team, like that's because then once you get to the pro life, it's just like each has their own family, they have their own thing going on at home, but like in college, it's just like you have each other and that's all you got.
You know what Creighton does right? Because like football, a lot of times they'll have the senior day before. So, you know, the guys walk out, they get introduced,
like
they give the
before the
rose to their mom or whatever. You guys do it afterwards.
Yeah.
I think the emotion of that and then having to play a game would be tough.
Yeah.
I would like rather just play the game and then have all the emotion afterwards. I think the way Creighton does it is smart.
Think about that.
I think it's smart. Because I've seen football players really be overhyped
I know
for the beginning of the game,
I know, like Coach Mack. But, I mean, I know it's the way Creighton does it, but knowing Coach Mack, he want to focus on that game.
Definitely.
Like, he loves senior day, senior night. But yeah, that's probably why he do it like that. But
it makes sense. It makes sense doing it that way. What'd you think when you – because you can't avoid all the rumors. You start hearing maybe Coach Mack might be leaving for Ohio State.
Ain't gonna matter now.
What was that feeling like when you were hearing that kind of stuff?
I mean, he has been great for Creighton, and I feel like I mean, starting next year, I'm gonna be a fan of Creighton basketball. And of course, you want to keep it as long. You want to keep him as long as you can. But yeah, I mean, I try not to really think about the rumors. Just like stay locked in this season and try to finish strong.
Yeah. And I can feel that. I remember, so before Coach Mack was Coach Altman, I was at Chili's eating with my cousin. I don't even know what day it was.
Yeah.
And my cousin seen on the bottom of the ticker, it said, Coach Dana Altman leads the Oregon for $14 million, 7 years. I didn't believe it.
Yeah. Because he had left for Arkansas before that and come back.
Yeah.
So you don't know.
I'm not saying Coach Mack owned that.
Yeah,
I'm just saying, you just never know, man.
I mean, it's part of the business at the end of the day. Like,
right. Yeah.
It is what it is.
I'm going to be sick, bro.
Yeah, you said it, though. He's given you the community and the fan base.
Years,
yeah, and he's given them a Sweet 16. I mean, a Elite 8. He's given them almost everything.
Yeah.
So if he chose to go and maybe get more money, what are you going to do?
Would I become an Ohio State fan?
No. I'm just guessing. I don't know.
Hey, so let me ask you this. I'm Omaha, bro. Like, I know you got a visa to come here and hoop and play. You're going to play pro, da-da-da. My teammates and a lot of alum before my teammates, they end up living in Omaha, having families, having kids. You see Omaha like that as somewhere that can be home base, or, is right now, is it just you in the moment?
No.
Warmer, bro. But you going someplace warmer.
Yeah.
Where's it warmer?
I mean, it's. I always tell people like Omaha is way better than what people think, especially for those that never been here.
Yep.
But no, not right now. Like I mentioned before, I left home when I was 16, and like now next year I'm gonna have the chance to like kind of live closer to my family. So like I see my life going closer back to my family. But you never know.
Yeah,
you never know.
Yeah, you do. You never know.
See him 10 years from now doing another live show.
Could you? I know it's very difficult to do this, but you played on Argentina teams in the past when you were younger.
Yeah.
Is there a path to maybe if you play some overseas that maybe you could try to get on the Olympic team or the national team or a junior?
Yeah, I mean that's my ultimate goal.
Yeah, like your dad, right?
Yeah. I mean, right now what I have in mind long term would be the Olympic Games 2028.
Okay. You know where that is?
In LA.
Is that? Oh, that's right. Paris and LA, right?
It is.
Yeah. So I mean, I'm just gonna start working on that.
That's
to be
awesome.
honest with you.
Yeah.
Sure.
That's got to be. We had somebody. You weren't here. We had one of the volleyball players for the Supernovas on, and she played for her country, Brazil.
Yep.
And she just talked about walking down into the stadium and then around.
Yeah,
and everybody's
ceremony.
cheering. How it's an incredible feeling.
Playing for your country, would you rather win an Olympic gold medal or an NBA championship?
An Olympic gold medal.
For sure.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah. That perspective is crazy.
It's the whole family opposed to and everything. Yeah.
No, it's cool. I mean, my dad played Olympic Games, and he said like is the top of the mountain. There's nothing that an athlete can play on top of that.
Right.
True. That's why so many of those NBA players, despite everything they have, they want to play in the Olympic Games.
For sure. Yeah. Plus, it's the best of the best.
Yeah.
Like
Now, especially.
It's a little bit of politics in that about like what gels the best to get it done. But at the end of the day, it's the best player to represent your country. No, I can see that.
Do you? I know you are a fan of Messi.
Yeah.
Now that he's in the MLS, do you see yourself trying to go and see him play? Because he's playing in Kansas City the week after the Final Four.
I know. The thing, it's impossible to get tickets. Yeah, it's.
You gonna call nobody? You're like, you know who I am?
I don't know anybody, but if you know somebody, let me know.
I know some people.
Okay.
Maybe we can get you something.
I mean, we love him. We love him. I grew my hometown in Argentina. It's 40 minutes away from his city, but that dude is untouchable. So.
Dang.
Yeah. So if you're going to compare him, would he be compared like to Jordan? What do you compare him to? For what Jordan means to America, Messi means to...
No, Jordan means to the world.
Well, yeah.
Michael Jordan is Michael Jordan.
And Messi is Messi. I don't think...
Yeah.
But Messi's worldwide too. Yeah.
They're both at the same level, in my opinion. You can't compare it to anybody else.
And he's the greatest soccer player of all time. Yes. I keep hearing that in the commercials. I grew up with Pele, so I don't...
I'll be having conversation with people, and they talk about...
Ronaldo,
Messi, and Maradona.
Yeah.
Diego Maradona. Oh, God.
Argentina too.
Yeah, little chubby fella.
Yeah. So I mean, I've been hearing those soccer talks and all that type of stuff. But would you consider Messi like the greatest?
Yeah.
They said that.
Yeah. I mean, him and Ronaldo. It's incredible because they've been in the elite for the last 15 years.
Yep. Playing at that level.
Yes.
Yeah, that's crazy.
That's what makes them special. But Messi just overall is just.
I think so too.
They're like Federer and Nadal, or Federer and Joker.
Who do you like better, Federer or Nadal?
For me, I like Nadal because I was a clay court player. Okay. So that's why I like him. But I mean, they're all incredible to watch. If I was going to have a life, I would take Ronaldo's life. Messi's got a great life and all. I would take Ronaldo's life.
Crazy.
That dude's life is wow.
Yeah.
Follow him a little bit. Your favorite movie, at least according to the website, is The Incredibles.
Yes.
Still?
Yeah.
I want you to rank these Pixar movies for me.
All right.
Okay.
I
like this one.
Now, I went Toy Story 3 because I think that's the best one. Do you disagree?
You tripping.
I think 3 is by far the best one.
We're about to end this podcast,
I think one is.
Let's go, bro.
1 is boring. 3 is emotional.
1 is boring.
Everybody's crying. I thought 1 was boring.
Why? You got to tell the camera why.
I just don't. I thought it was. 3 is such a good movie, and it stretches from little kids to adults. In my age group, that movie, by far.
Hey, what he's saying.
But you pick whatever Toy Story you want.
Before that, though, what you saying is similar to you saying Lion King 2, Simba's Pride is better than the Lion King. That's what.
No, not even close.
That's how I feel about
Toy Story 3 made more money. I guarantee you, Simba's Pride didn't make more money.
So we ain't talking money.
I'm just talking about popularity.
All right, watch this.
Toy Story 3.
Quick. Hey, Phil. Toy Story 3 or Toy Story? Which one better? Exactly.
You guys, I don't know the last time you watched. I got kids. I watched them all over again. I watched them. No, 3. I'm telling you, that's their favorite one. But you pick whatever one you want.
Go ahead, bro.
Cars, whatever cars you want.
Okay.
Finding Nemo, Wall-E, Up.
Wait, you said Cars?
So I gotta rank those 5 that you gave me?
Yes, and you can pick whatever Toy Story you want. You can pick whatever car. All the car movies I think are horrible. Personally,
Cars 1. The first Cars is
horrible. Movies.
First Car is top tier.
Yeah, Cars is good.
Cars.
My kids hated Cars. We actually left.
Really?
The Lightning McQueen.
He was my son was 6 and was like, this sucks.
Dang.
We left.
Yeah.
Not fans of Cars.
Cars is up there.
Okay. Then there's Finding Nemo, Wall-E, Up, and whatever Toy Story you want.
Up is last. I don't like Up at all.
Really?
Yes.
Oh wow. Okay.
And then
It's too emotional.
Yeah, I don't.
It is sad.
Yeah, I don't.
Yeah, it's sad.
2. Wait, what others?
So you're going Cars first.
Toy Story 1.
Toy Story.
Number 2.
And then there's Finding Nemo, Wall-E, and you said Up is last.
Wall-E is 4, and Finding Nemo is 3rd.
I can roll with that.
Okay. Yeah, I enjoy. I think Finding Nemo. Again, this is something when your kids get older.
He gonna like Toy Story 1.
No, you watching that movie, it'll be a different emotion for you.
I feel it.
It does. It does affect. And if you're somebody obviously watching Up, who went through problems having kids, you watch that movie and you're like, oh goodness gracious, that'd be tough.
I'm not gonna lie. I watched a lot of
Pixar.
Yeah.
Me too.
Obviously, I got kids, but like. I like it for myself.
No, me too.
I think Incredibles I'm with him. I think Incredibles is the best one. I think by far, Incredibles. It used to be back in the day, if you wanted to go see one of these movies and you were an adult, you didn't go by yourself. You're like call your sister who got a kid, or you call your cousin, and you bring them because you can't be seen. Nowadays, it's not a big deal because everybody likes those. Yeah. So give me your feeling for the rest of the season. You got 2 more games left. You mentioned you got senior day. You got that big one next Saturday. What's kind of the feel for you to end this thing?
Of course, as I said before, there's a lot of big things coming up, and that is when the actual fun starts. But you just gotta face them day by day. You can't just start thinking in the Big East tournament when we have 2 big games in front of us.
True.
They're gonna be hard.
Because at that, based off that kind of like helps seeding too.
Yeah.
So losing one of these could.
Oh, definitely. Yeah.
So just facing day by day. Prepare for each, and then. Once the season is done, start preparing for the Big East.
Yeah, for sure.
Nice.
What about last year versus this year? Like, not on like comparing like R2 and Kaluma, but I'm just saying overall, this team that went to that team last year that went to the Elite Eight was special.
Mm-hmm.
This team, I think y'all clicking, but like, what's the difference between last year and this year with chemistry and like? Not from just a confidence standpoint or whatever. What do y'all have to do the same or different to get right back to that game?
The chemistry this year, I'm not saying because of R2 and R left, it's better, but probably because it's just a second year, one more year that everybody's together. So chemistry is better. The locker room is great, especially the guys that came in, the incoming freshmen and the other transfers that we brought in. They're great guys.
Yeah.
So I think we improved in the locker room, and then
to get back
to that point. Just now it's all about building momentum. I feel like, and just you gotta start rolling. Of course,
I can tell you what your key is. You guys play best and you defend the 3 well. I have numbers for that. But when you're the second best 3-point defense in the Big East behind UConn, highest ranked team in there, when you guys defend the 3 well, you guys play your best.
Yeah. We've been struggling this season, and we did it times. It's just not let our offense dictate our defense.
Yep.
I feel like when that happens, we're pretty successful in games. So, just stay locked in the defense.
How much of the luck of the draw by being seated in a certain position for the NCAA tournament helps more than just playing well, no matter where you're at?
Yeah,
for you guys.
Yeah, it's important, but at the end of the day, if you want to get to where you're gonna get, you gotta beat everybody. Yes. So
just avoid Mountain West teams.
Yeah.
No Mountain West teams.
Like a mental thing. I remember 2012 for us.
Mm-hmm.
We beat Wichita State that year.
Oh yeah. Huge counts there. Mm-hmm.
Almost in the Missouri Valley Conference tournament, we led for all but 48 seconds of the tournament, and that means Wichita State scored first.
Yeah.
We still got the 7th seed and had to end up playing against North Carolina. But I remember at that point when I was playing, I was thinking we had 7th seed. I feel like I dwelled too much on the seeding that we were.
You start thinking about future scenarios
that
you're not even sure that they're gonna happen.
Yeah.
Y'all didn't
you don't want to be 8 or 9 because if you win, you got to play at 1 normally.
Yeah, I was just asking that because I was wondering if do y'all you being experienced and going that far last year. Actually, before that, Creighton went to the Sweet 16. But how many of your how much did you guys play into the seeding versus just saying no matter who we play?
Yeah, I don't think it. Especially because last year we were a 6 seed.
Yeah.
In my opinion, we were way better than a 6 seed.
Yeah.
Right.
So that doesn't really correlate to Sometimes it does on what you did during the season, but sometimes it doesn't. Last year we went to that 6 games losing streak, and that's probably why we ended up being a 6 seed.
Right.
Yeah.
But as I said before, at the end of the day, you got to be able to beat everybody.
That's
no
the way
doubt.
to look at it. Yeah.
Fran, we appreciate it, man.
Oh, thanks
for taking the time. Fran or Bello, which one you like better?
I don't.
You don't care.
It is what it is.
Just call me for dinner. It don't matter what it is. Yeah. Francisco Farabello, we appreciate him being on the Let It Fly show. All right, welcome back to the show. We appreciate Francisco Farabello for coming on with us.
Chilling, man.
Being a 6-man, I know you did it, but over the course of the history, whether it be a Bill Walton in 1986 or a guy like the Microwave for the Detroit Pistons, whoever you are, it's such a hard job, in my opinion. And you get to watch what's happening, but you got to come in and automatically be on.
Yeah.
Or a lot of times they yank you out.
Man, that was the story of my life. I think
Vinny Johnson, I forgot.
For me personally, what made me be a sixth man, one was I liked how the crowd knew what I added.
Yeah.
That brought my sense of motivation to do my job. Secondly, I knew that if I wasn't performing, he would put who was in front of me back in the game
exactly
to play more dead minutes, even if they weren't doing nothing.
A lot of pressure.
Or he'll try something else. The pressure of a sixth man is crazy. I agree. And I think Farabello, he hold it down. Like, to me, like, I think his game fits a six-man role.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like if he was a starter, I feel like Creighton wouldn't be as much of a threat, just because I feel like the way he plays complements doing things that other people on the team don't do.
Yeah, and you lose length when he comes in, right? Because whether it's Mason Miller or Isaac Trout, they have more length. But you said it during the interview. There's times where he'll come in and he'll be the one.
Yeah.
There's times where he'll come in and he'll be the two.
Yeah.
He'll slide down in the three spot. Sometimes they'll go really small and just have Kalkbrenner on there, and he's in there with the other guys.
Right.
So, he is so versatile. It's what makes him special as a sixth man.
Sometimes I think playing with Doug McDermott,
as
good as he is, I think sometimes outside of just individual talent, is all about the system you end up in.
Oh, heck yeah.
That makes it work.
Every sport, you could be so talented. Say you're a quarterback.
Yeah.
And they put you in a system without any good wide receivers. You can't run the ball. You may look horrible. And then all of a sudden you move to another team. You're like, well, this guy looks a lot better now. He got a lot more talent.
Nebraska quarterback last year. He started.
Sims? Jay Sims or yeah.
Yeah. I know he threw a lot of interceptions.
He fumbled a lot. Yeah.
But I think that Nebraska was a wrong style of offense.
Oh, definitely. Yeah, I think so too. Yeah. And
what's up with him now? Where he at?
He's in the portal, but I've not heard him going anywhere yet.
Yeah,
so it'll probably be after spring ball. After spring ball, they'll figure out where everybody goes. There's a week after spring ball, or like 3 days after Nebraska plays their spring game on the 27th, in order for you to be able. Caitlin Clark announces you in it, and it's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer. It's a no-brainer.
You gotta go where you're hot.
You go to the biggest league. Have a chance. Like I said, Nike is going to give her a giant contract for her to wear their shoes.
She wouldn't have the. I mean, what would you go after next year? More points? Nobody's breaking your
no, and then maybe you say if you don't get a championship this year, you try to come back to get a championship. But other than that, that's it. She get everything else. Again, thank you to Francisco Farabello. Next week, 2 big guests. One, Bryce Williams, guard, swingman he's 6'7", by the way, playing a 2 guard for Nebraska. Very talented player. Again, another guy that one night could be leading. Another night, 0 points, but really good player. I think personally he's their MVP for everything he does. And then also the volleyball coach for Creighton, Kirsten Bernthal-Booth, will join us next week as well. I'm looking forward to that. I love talking to her. And we will have on the set ice cream.
Man,
because when Creighton goes on the road, if they win both their games in a weekend, the ladies get ice cream wherever they pick. And so we will make sure we have ice cream for Coach Booth when she comes on. We want to thank Francisco Farabello for coming on with us. We appreciate him, executive producer Phil McLean, technical director. Now, Val's not here today. Is Val okay?
No wonder it's bad.
Is he okay? Mac Pittman is on the Wheels of Steel today, taking care of stuff. And then social media maven Meg in the house as well, taking all the pictures. We want to, again, appreciate Bud Light, our presenting sponsor, wherever you are, whether you're here inside the Let It Fly Sports Bar, you're at home, or you're at a game. Wherever you are, Let It Fly Sports Bar loves Bud Light. Brings you easy drinking, easy buckets throughout Nebraska. Easy to drink and easy to enjoy. Congratulations to that. Josh, take us away.
Josh here, my man Michael Severe. You know how we do it. It's a Let It Fly show.